Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. Another week of terrible NFL picks because we did so bad last week. But hey, maybe we'll do better this week. We got a little bit of baseball playoffs. We have, of course, 5 NCAA football picks that we got going over. But first off, how you doing, Dad?
I'm out of the hospital, ready to go. I can't do any worse than I did last week. I think I was, 3-11, was it?
Yep. Yeah, you
was
were 3-11, and I was 6-8 for picks.
Absolutely dog crap. Terrible. I've never had such a week in my life, so I can't do any worse. So here we go.
Here we go. All right. Getting to it right away. Time's flying by. We're already in October here. We got some October postseason baseball. What are you thinking on these games? On these games here. So you said there's currently a game going on right now, right?
This currently is 4-1 Toronto. So yeah, 4-1 Toronto right now.
So Toronto will move ahead. It's looking like
if they could close it out here, yes.
Yep. Because it's best of 5 here,
which I also picked New York. So that's to go to the World Series. Good pick by me.
Yep, I had LA, which is looking good on that side, and then Seattle tied 2-2.
Yeah, I also took Philly, which that doesn't look very good either.
Yeah.
So it's I'm gonna hope that nobody wins, basically. Because I don't like any of these teams. I don't like Detroit. I guess if I had to pick one left, if somehow the Cubs could come back from 2-1. So I guess I would either like the Cubs, Brewers, or Seattle to win. Everybody else, don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like? Dodgers still?
I'm still sticking with my teams. I think that Seattle can pull it off still. Seattle, Toronto would be a good game. But then LA all the way, Seattle all the way. Potentially Toronto could be beating Seattle potentially, but I think Seattle will beat the Tigers. What is that, tomorrow?
I don't think it's till Friday. They go back to Seattle on Friday.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I hope Seattle can pull out the home victory.
Mm-hmm.
Get the V. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, we did have some college picks last week. These are the 5 games we're going over this week.
Yes.
Last week we both did pretty well. I did even better because my Cincinnati Bearcats pulled out the big W in Nippert Stadium. I'm toasting right now with some Cincy Light. Bearcats by 90, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this thing? Sorry, I keep crashing over here. I don't know what's going on. All right, there we go. All right, this is hard to do on the phone sometimes, but I'm doing it. Anyways, yes, your Bearcats got lucky. I didn't realize really how good they were.
Yeah.
Iowa State's been flirting with a couple losses. They haven't lost until that game. And finally, they decided to put up the L.
You think UC should be ranked?
Close. They're in that 25-26 range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Iowa State was sort of fluky to me. They were, like I said, a couple of their victories were by just a couple points and finally caught up to them. So yeah.
Yeah, it did. So we also had Miami as well.
Miami, Florida,
Miami
yes.
beating Florida State. We had Alabama beating Vanderbilt, and we had Texas A&M beating Mississippi State.
Right.
Yeah.
So not too bad. Could have been worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For sure. But I think it is easier picking these college games than it is the pros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially if you're not doing any spreads. Yeah. Much easier to do, I feel.
Yeah. And we're only going with 5 per week, so
yeah. And this week's games are actually there's only one big spread. That's the Ohio State game. All the other spreads are 7 or less, almost 7.5 or less.
Yeah. Well, let's run it down. Who do you think for OSU Illinois at Illinois?
Yeah. Well, the Buckeyes are the number 1 team in the country for a reason. They're very balanced offensively, defensively. The defense is just lights out. I thought they'd, when they got Matt Patricia in there and they lost Knowles as their defensive coordinator, I thought they were going to struggle at times, but they have been wonderful. So I'm going to take the Buckeyes.
I'm taking the Buckeyes as well. I don't like Illinois in this one at all. So OSU's rolling for sure. Next game is number 8 Alabama at number 14 Missouri. Bama's favored by 3.5 in this one. What do you think?
Well, Alabama struggled a little bit with Vanderbilt at the beginning of last week's game.
Yeah,
but
I was rooting for
at
Vandy.
at the end, though, I think Alabama's got that many more studs, and I think they have more studs than Missouri. So I'm going to take Alabama in this one. Roll Tide.
Yep, I'm taking. You say Roll Tide. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big. Yeah, I'm taking the Tide as well. Rolling against Missouri there. Next one is number 7 Indiana at number 3 Oregon. Oregon is favored by 7.5 points. I love Oregon. I think they could go all the way potentially.
Yeah,
they won a huge game last week.
Yeah, I think it's a 3-horse race. I think it's Ohio State, Miami, and Oregon. Those are the teams to beat in college football.
Mm-hmm.
I think any of those teams could get beat, but those are definitely the top 3 as of today. I will also take the Ducks at home. I think they win by 14. But if Indiana, they got shellacked last year against Notre Dame in the playoffs. They just really need that one big, huge win to really keep them going. But I'm going to take the Ducks.
Taking the Ducks. I'm taking the Ducks as well. Indiana's good, but I don't think they have the consistency for Oregon in this one. So taking the Ducks. Next one is number 6 Oklahoma at Texas. This is probably my favorite game of the week here on the schedule. The game is actually a rivalry game played in Dallas.
The Red River rivalry.
Red River rivalry.
Red River rivalry. Okay. Say that 10 times fast.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, who do you think in this one?
Well, this is the deal. If Oklahoma's quarterback plays, I'm taking them. He's questionable right now. If he does not play, I'm taking Texas at home. So if Meter, I think it's Meeter, something like that. If he plays, I'm taking Oklahoma. If he doesn't play, Texas. So we could adjust that. We'll know if he plays or not for sure by next week's show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm definitely taking them if he plays.
Yeah,
I think he's the difference in the game. That's why that spread could change too. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd probably say the same, but I mean, just putting a pick to it right now. I think Oklahoma. I think Texas has shown a lot of signs of weakness this season.
Notice Texas is not even ranked.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't lose that many games. I think the Arch Manning hype is hype, and it's
not down the toilet.
It's not formulating to all-star caliber number 1 overall pick Eli or Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. So I'm gonna pick Oklahoma. I'll go with them either way. I'm picking Oklahoma. So
okay,
let's take them by it. Yep. Next one is number 15 Michigan at USC. What do you think in this one?
I'm going with the Trojans, please. The Trojan horses.
Oof.
Michigan screwed me last week and my bet because they didn't cover the spread. So I'm rooting against them like I always do anyways and going with the Trojans.
Yeah, this one, obviously USC is favored by 2.5 points.
No, but they're not. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought that was a plus there for it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, USC is the favorite. Yeah, it surprised me as well from like ESPN. It was saying like 60-65% towards USC there. I was like, wow, I mean, really underestimating number 15 Michigan in this one. I know they're not the best team this year, but I think their defense can hold off USC and they can control the game a little bit. I think they're going to be the better team that day and pull off a dub. So go blue.
Gotcha. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Moving on to
Gosh,
the
slaughter.
slaughter over here.
Just absolutely horrible.
So
There's a lot of red on there. A lot of red.
Lot of red for Dad. 3-11. I was a little bit better at 6-8 there, right? 6-8. Yeah, 6-8. But yeah, what did you think of week 5 here?
Well, a couple things. These games are very, very close for the most part. Like San Francisco Rams should have won that game. They had a chance. They blew it in overtime, or they could at least tied it. They had the chance to kick the field goal to tie it with about 3 minutes to go in overtime. They decided to go for it on 4th and 1. They got stopped. Game over. San Francisco wins. Same thing with the Browns. Browns are winning the entire game almost. And what do? They blow it at the end too. It's with about 23 seconds to go in the game, whatever. They blow it also. And then we had a lot. We just had I don't know what to do.
That was like your week, just
that's
collapsing.
Pretty much the way it just collapsed. And we just had a lot of, oh my God. This is made for TV right here, I tell you.
Professionals.
Just had a lot of upsets, I mean, obviously the Saints winning, upset. Denver beating Philly at Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huge. The Texans just going in and stomping on the Ravens. I thought the Ravens didn't even show up.
Yeah.
They looked awful.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that one.
One of my only victories was, of course, the Colts over the Raiders, who stink, and the Cowboys beating up on the Jets. That was a gimme. Miami Dolphins are really starting to look better, but they blew it at the end, too, to Carolina. And then I like Seattle at home, and Baker Mayfield is the deal, man. He's in the MVP race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. He's the real deal.
And then, of course, the Cardinals. Oh, my God, that guy that dropped the ball before he even got the end zone. What a mistake that was. I might have fired his ass right there. So Tennessee got their first win. The Lions just dominated the Bungles. And now they got Joey Flacco. So, as a matter of fact, they just said that he was on the golf course when he received the news that he was traded to the Bengals. He's going to be number 16 on the Bengals, and he is starting on Sunday. Talk about, today was his first day of practice with them. Talk about a crash course. But basically with them, he just got to get, his two good receivers the ball, and Higgins and Chase, and give him the ball and go at it. But he looked horrible for the Browns. He was actually the worst starting quarterback of the 32 teams the first 4 weeks. So obviously they have better receivers, but it could be craziness in the state of Ohio if he does well, because Cleveland may just blow up the whole city. And then Washington came back and beat the Chargers. Hampton got hurt for them. And then the big upset, I thought, was New England over Buffalo on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night, yep.
That was a huge win for them. Little rivalry game for Diggs as he came back since he originally started with Buffalo, and that was a good rivalry come back for him. And then the Chiefs just choked it. They were letting freaking Lawrence run all over them. He ran and ran and ran. He had 2 touchdowns. So needless to say, lots of upsets this week.
Yep. Lots of upsets. No more undefeated teams, as the Bills and the Eagles both lost there. Like you said, Mayfield, MVP race surge right now. And then I was watching that Jaguars Chiefs game. Boy, the Jaguars, they're legit. They got some talent for sure. And Lawrence, he's really fun to watch, honestly. In that game, that was that final play where he trips on his own player's shoe,
he sucks.
He gets back up and goes
over
there,
surfing.
runs. dude is built like a Greek god over there running. I would much rather have him as my quarterback than little old Dylan Gabriel out there.
Well, that goes without saying, but I mean, since Dylan airmails all of his passes that are more than 10 yards because he can't see over everybody, so he airlifts them over everybody's head. So I get that.
Yeah.
Toronto just took a 5-1 lead in the top of the eighth.
Okay. Before going on to week 6 predictions here, do you have an injury report for us at all?
Let me look at the games here real quick. As of right now, they said that Tracy from the Giants will be. Are you going to? Okay, yeah, I'm going to go down the games real quick. Tracy from the Giants will play tomorrow night. How much that goes into Cam Scadaboo carries, I'm not. They're not. Of course, they're not going to divulge that kind of stuff. But as of right now, Scadaboo and Tracy are going to do some splitting. The Jets, Mason Taylor's now they're basically their number 2 receiver, even though he's a tight end, number 2 in receptions between him and Garrett, the wide receiver. So he's the number 2 now. Seattle Jags, I don't have any reports on that. I already said about the Chargers that Hampton is out for 4 weeks. He's on IR, so they're going to have a split backfield between Haskins and Vidal. So that's another could be a 50-50 split of the 2 backups there. Darren Waller is on questionable, but he'll probably play. There's a guy right there that is red hot, and I don't know how, but he was not picked up in one of my leagues. Stafford. He's been just on fire, So I picked him up in my one league, actually. And with Jackson for the Ravens, he has not practiced. He did not practice today. I know they have 1 game left, and then they have a bye. So I would guess that he would not play this week with his hamstring. So I would guess they would give him the week off, and then off for the bye week. Arizona, that Carter, that running back for Carter was their main carrier, except for that big long play that for DeMarcado when he dropped it on the run in. But Carter is the main dude there now for Arizona until Benson comes back. Colts lost their kicker. He got whacked, Schrader. He got whacked right on the side of the knee, and so he's out for the season, tore his ACL, the kicker. It's bad when kickers start getting eliminated for the season. It's been a lot of injuries. CeeDee Lamb is questionable to come back for this week, so we'll see what happens. The running back for Carolina, Hubbard, he is going to be playing this week. He is questionable also. New England and the Saints, I know that I'm sorry, everybody. I just got to the hospital. My mind's a little mushy. Kamara is possibly a question right now because he was hurt, and plus they're leaning a little bit more towards Miller in the backfield for the running back position. So that could be a split backfield soon, and I'm going to mark my words. I think that if Kamara is healthy, that he will be traded by the trade deadline. Matter of fact, there's already been a sprinkle of trades coming this week, obviously with Flacco and some other ones we already mentioned. So Browns, Steelers coming off a bye, and the Brownies are going to still go with Gabriel. Raiders, Titans. Spears came back for the Titans last week, so him and Pollard are going to split the backfield carries. Not sure yet about whether Purdy's going to play for San Francisco. So it could be another Mac Jones game who's been lighting it up. And if he does play this week, pick up him if you need him just for a week, like a bye week kind of thing or something. Mac Jones was unbelievable last week. Bucky Irving is probably still going to be out for this week. He not only has a knee, but he also has a shoulder injury. Like I said, Flacco's starting for the Bengals against Green Bay. He's already played Green Bay once this year, and they're not even in the same division. He's going to play him twice. So, and he did not do very good against Green Bay the first time he played him with the Browns. So that'll be interesting. The Lions and the Chiefs, the Chefs sort of blew it the other night, but I don't have any injury report with the Chiefs or Lions. Everybody seems pretty good there. Bills, Atlanta, everybody seems like they're good, and Bears and Washington. Daniels played last week, and he looked pretty good, and he'll be coming off a win from last week over the Chargers. And that's your report.
All right, that's your injury report.
A lot of stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry about the
No worries.
pauses there, folks.
No worries. I just wanted an injury report
I
before
look like
going
I'm frozen,
into it.
by the way.
Are you frozen?
I don't know. I'm not moving.
I don't know. It'll look better afterwards. It should.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the program, it records the actual from your computer and then imports after. So you should be
okay.
Good.
All right.
Yep. So we will jump into the picks for Week 6 here. We have a Thursday night game.
Wait, before we start the picks, so let's tell everybody where we stand.
Yeah, where we stand on the season.
Yeah.
We are neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
So it is 43 wins and 32 losses for Mark, and 42 wins and 33 losses for Luke, for myself. So
yes,
we are one game behind each other right there. It's crazy. Yeah, right neck and neck there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, our picks for Thursday here, we have the Eagles at the Giants at MetLife Stadium. Eagles are the favorite by 7.5 points. Who you got?
Well, I'm expecting a bounce back. I think the Eagles are going to win, even though the Giants are at home. I'm going with Philly. I think they're going to bounce back. You know, obviously this is sort of a revenge game for Saquon Barkley. He did well against him last year when they played against each other. So I'm expecting a big game out to him. I know he is a little banged up, but I'm going to go Philly.
Going Philly. I am going to go with Philly in this one. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna play well and bouncing back after their first loss last week. So they gotta do well. Next game is the Broncos at the Jets in London at Tottenham Hotspur. The Broncos are the favorite by 7.5 points. Who you got?
I'm going to go Denver. I don't think the Jets are going to get their first victory yet. They're not quite ready. So I'm going Denver across the pond.
Denver across the pond. I agree. I think Denver is more consistent and will do better in London over there. So I'm picking the Broncos as well. Next game, first game of Sunday here on the slate, is the Seahawks at the Jaguars at Everbank Stadium down there in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the favorite by 1 point.
Well, I'm going Seattle. Sam Darnold looks really good. I know they're traveling all the way across the country, but I'm going Seattle. I like their defense. I love the Darnold to Najigba connection, and I think the Jags are going to come out as frauds this week.
Wow. Well,
called out as Mr. Lawrence.
Call him out all you want, but I think he will answer here this week again at home, and Lawrence will, fumble and stumble and go all the way to the end zone yet again and beat Seattle. Seattle's a really good team. I'm honestly not too confident with this pick, but after watching the Jags last week, man, I was really impressed. Low key, I'm rooting for him a little bit there.
All right.
I'm liking the Jags. They'll hopefully capitalize on that one there. Next one is the Chargers at the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. Chargers are the favorite by 4 points.
Yeah, this is another game. I think the Chargers need a bounce back game. I'm going to go LA. I just think that they're the better team, even though once again they're traveling all the way across. What is up with these two West Coast teams going to the East Coast this week, back to back here? So I'm going to go Chargers, even though I'm sure one of them will probably lose just because of the traveling situation. But that's my pick, Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going the Chargers as well. Don't think Miami's not a good team this year. So going with the Chargers and Herbert to do well there. So next game is the Rams at the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium. The Rams are the favorite by 2.5 points.
Once again, if the Ravens play at home like they did last week, they will get spanked by the Rams. Another team that's going all the way from one coast to the other again. But I'm going to take the Rams. I just think they're the better team right now. Ravens are struggling.
Ravens have been struggling. It's big loss last week. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a loss for them. With that being said, I mean, Lamar's not playing like you said. You got to pick the Rams in this one. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm surprised the spread isn't larger.
Yeah, it's one of those trap games.
Yeah, could be.
So
we'll see. Next game is the Cardinals at the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Colts are the favorite by 7 points. Can the Colts keep rolling with such a great year here and beat the Cardinals?
I am taking the Colts just because they are so well balanced. They are such a balanced team. Offensive, defensive, special teams. I know they lost their kicker, but they got a new guy back. So I got to go Colts in Arizona. I mean, losing that game last week could be a downward spiral for them. So I'm going with Colts.
Going with the Colts. I'm going with the Colts as well. I think the Cardinals could put up a good pace in this game to keep up. With some turnovers, I don't think that they're going to win this game. Colts at home, running up this season. I think really have liked the Colts. I think I've picked them almost every game. I think so. Rooting for the Colts there at Lucas Oil Stadium. So I got the Colts. Next game is the Cowboys at the Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. The Cowboys are the favorite by 3 points. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. Their offense is just really starting to hit on all cylinders. Dak is he's hitting all his receivers, even in that new one, Flanoni, something like that. It is. I really like the way they're looking. Williams is just an absolute stud. Would have never said that at the beginning of the year, and I'm just going Cowboys over Carolina.
Cowboys over Carolina. I'm going the same. I like the Cowboys there. Picked Cowboys quite a bit this season. I like them. I think they're better than people give them credit for, but they are the Cowboys, so they're kind of a joke. Let's be real.
It's because of Jerry Land.
Yeah, but I think the Cowboys are gonna pull this off against a team that's inferior to them here. But who knows? The Panthers could surprise us both here and beat the Cowboys. I wouldn't be too surprised. But I'm going the Cowboys. I'm the favorite there. Next game is the Patriots at the Saints at Caesars Superdome down there in New Orleans. Patriots are the favorite by 3.5 points. Who you got?
Well, the Saints did get their victory last week. New England got a big victory against the Bills. I'm going to have to go New England on this one. I think Drake May looks pretty good. Him and Diggs are really starting to get good chemistry. So I'm going to go New England.
Going New England. I like the Saints in this one. I'm going to go with the Saints.
All right.
They could pull off the upset here. The Patriots have had some troubles on the road this season, so I think that the Saints at home they could pull off an upset here. I think it's going to be another week of potentially some different upsets potentially here. So based on how last week went, I think anything could happen.
Definitely.
So going with the Saints. Next one is the Browns at the Steelers at Acrisure. How do you say that? Acrisure Stadium. The Steelers are the favorite, of course, by 5.5 points.
Yeah, this could be a blowout.
Should be 50 maybe, but it's 5.5 at the time of this recording.
The big thing is obviously the Browns defense always hangs in there, but of course they blew it last week. They had a great opportunity to win that game, and they let them drive down on the last possession and score. So that just can't happen. You have such a good game, and then you just let them score at the end. It just doesn't work. And the Steelers are coming off a bye. They're at home. I'm going with the Steelers.
Oh, man. Yeah, last week was rough to watch. I thought the Browns were going to win. in London there. Really, really pull off one there with the rookie starting. Prove me wrong, Gabriel. He played decent, but like you said, overthrowing some. He's so tiny. He's so tiny.
Mhm.
I don't see him being
Mm.
a long-term quarterback in the NFL right now. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. Who knows? He may just need to leave Cleveland first, and then he'll light it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what happened. That's what happens with all the short guys like Baker
Yep.
Mayfield. They leave and they do great.
Yep. Of course, with Flacco gone now, I mean, automatically Shadur is now the QB2.
No, it's not automatic. They talked about it today. He hasn't made a decision yet. It
Well,
could
then
be
who's
him or Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi?
Yes,
Wait, what?
I know. It's ridiculous.
I didn't even know he was on the squad.
Yeah, he was on the practice squad. It's
Okay.
just a dog and pony show down there. They don't know
That's
what
ridiculous.
the hell they are doing. This franchise is cursed, and this coach will be fired by the end of the season. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kevin should be fired, but firing a coach in the middle of the season like this, I just
Not middle of the season. He'll be fired
no
by the end.
at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
I thought you meant before
No,
the end of the season
no.
he'll be
By the end of the season,
fired.
he'll be fired.
Okay. Before the end of the season he'll be fired, or at the end of the season he'll be fired.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna be fired. Period.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear Shadur will get some snaps here later this season at some point. I'm sure Dylan will not do amazing at some point, and then they'll try to fit Shadur in there at some point. But I guess we'll see there. But yeah, I'm just really disappointed in the Browns as a whole right now. Of course, just really sad. However, right at that moment, as a Browns fan, the impossible can happen. I'm taking the Browns against the Steelers. It's such a Browns. It's such a Browns move. It's such a Browns move to when
you
everybody
picked the Vikings last week to win.
I did,
but this week you're picking the Browns over the Steelers.
Yes, yeah. I'm a delusional Cleveland Browns fan.
Thank you for giving me that victory.
Okay.
Next,
we'll see there. I'm taking the Browns. Big rivalry game. Not much of a rivalry, but we'll be watching. Next game, first 4 o'clock slate here is the Titans at the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The Raiders are the favorite team by 4.5 points. Who you got?
Both these teams are really not very good. And once again, back from the Raiders, what's his name, Luke? Help me out, brother. You got to help me a little bit every once in a while. Yeah.
I don't even know at the top of my head.
Anyways.
Why am I blanking?
Yeah, he was Seattle Seahawks.
Let's see.
He was Seattle Seahawks quarterback last year. Anyways, off my head, he has been terrible. He is an interception machine. So I will take the Raiders to beat the Titans.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm going to take hopefully Genty has a good game.
Geno Smith. Yep.
Yes, Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's why it's hard to use the phone, and I can't look things up when I don't know something right off the top of my head.
Yep, I got two.
Plus that, and I'm super tired.
Yeah.
So who do you got?
Well, I got the Las Vegas Raiders winning this one. Genty's gonna put up some rushing yards, and yeah, they'll pull it off, even though they have a crappy QB. But we'll see. You have the Raiders as well, you said? Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to the next game. We got the 49ers at the Buccaneers at Raymond.
Another West Coast team going all the way. It must be the frequent flyer mile weekend.
It is.
I was like, my goodness.
Going all the way to Raymond James Stadium at Baker's home down there. The possible future MVP of the season if you can keep it up. The Buccaneers are the favorite by 3 points in this, but Mac Jones could have something else to say about that. What do you think?
I'm telling you that this game scares me. I'm gonna take Tampa, but if Mac Jones plays, he could definitely beat them. He could beat them. But I'm going Tampa Bay just because, the thing is with Tampa Bay, their games are all close, and they all pulled out at the end a lot of times. But I don't know. We're gonna go Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I really wanted to go Tampa in this, but the 49ers prove me wrong every time I pick against them, I feel like, for the most part. So I'm going to go with the 49ers here. And Mac Jones, I
All
think
right.
the hype train on the Buccaneers is justified, but it's a hype train. Anything can happen in the NFL, and right when you think they're a surefire win, it's when the 49ers come in and beat you. So, it's obviously a close spread as well, so it could really be a close game. So I'm going 49ers on this one. Next one is the Bengals at the Packers. Joe Flacco will be the starting QB for the Cincinnati Bengals. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Going to Lambeau Field. The Packers are huge favorites in this one. 14.5 points.
Wow.
Who you got?
Well, I actually think this game will be a little closer than 14.5, but
smash the spread. Yeah.
I do like Green Bay coming off the bye at home. Flacco's only going to have 3 days of practice. I know he just needs to basically throw the ball up to Chase, but he didn't look good in the Green Bay the first time. I said this before. He didn't look good all year. I got to go Green Bay.
Yeah, I think this is the theme of the week, Dad, right? Right when you think something's going to happen, the opposite does. So I'm going the Bengals here.
My God, you're really
because Joe
here.
Flacco already beat the Packers this season, right?
No, he didn't.
Huh? No, he didn't?
They won. But
they won the game. It was a W at the end of the day.
It wasn't because of him.
You're right. It was because of the defense. But
it's because of the defense.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, you're right. But Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco.
He's going to go 2-0 against the Packers. Huh?
A veteran in the league, he could do something that no QB has ever done: win against the same team twice in one season on two different teams. Insane stuff there. I love that stat. So give me Joe. Give me not Joe Burrow, but Joe Flacco. Who would have thought in the beginning of the season?
Joe and Joe. It's crazy.
I love it. Joe and Joe in Cincinnati. I'm going Joe Flacco. Give me the Bengals and smash the spread. I hope I'm right in this because I'm smashing the spread potentially.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Next game, we have this Sunday night game. Fun game here. We have the Lions at the Chiefs at Arrowhead. The Chiefs are the favorite by 2.5 points. Do you think they should be?
No. Right now, the Lions are the best team in the NFL. Period. They're the best team. They have a great offense. Their defense is better than average. And I just think the Lions will crush the Chiefs. Chiefs are going down again. The Chiefs are not the same team as they used to be. They look sloppy. They look inconsistent on last week. So I'm going to Lions at the Chiefs.
Yeah. The Chiefs are just not the Chiefs. I mean, they had like some glimmers of that's the Chiefs right there. That's the Chiefs right there, but still just not consistent with it this season at all. And the Lions are really roaring there in Detroit. I remember the first week they had that really bad loss, and we were talking, this could be a struggle year for Detroit here, and it's been the complete opposite ever since.
Yeah, they turned it around quick.
Yeah, loving Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. The whole squad's really performing well. Defense doing pretty solid as well. I mean, the Chiefs just falling from grace, and the Lions roaring up. I'm picking the Lions. By the way, my anytime touchdown of last week, my prediction was that Patrick Mahomes was going to run in and score a touchdown himself. And guess what?
He did.
He did. Yep. So.
Yeah. Who was mine? Do you remember?
I didn't write mine down. I'd have to look it up.
I wrote down 2.
Forget.
I wrote down 2 for last week. Doggone. My other notes are at school. I'm gonna have to find those because I know I put in 2 people for anytime touchdown, and I don't remember who they were. We'll have to look that up. We'll get back to you on that. We'll post it on Facebook or something later in the week. Yeah. All right. Anyways, next Bills in Atlanta.
Next, Bills at Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Bills are the favorite by 4.5 points. Monday night, 2 Monday night games this week.
I am going with the Billies. The
Going with
Rockabillies
the
are not going to
Billionaires.
lose. They're not going to go 2 weeks in a row, lose 2 weeks in a row. I am going the Bills on the road.
Bills on the road. Yeah, they're not going to lose this one. I'm surprised the spread isn't a little bit larger. I mean,
Atlanta's coming off a bye. They won right before the bye. They looked a lot better.
yeah, they look better. The Bills are still, to me, even after a loss like that, they're still one of the top 3 teams in the league. I don't think there's a question about it. It's not a question about it. So you got to pick the Bills in this one if you have a brain. At least that's what I think. So I'm going the Bills on the road there. So then our second Monday night game.
All right, once again, 2 Monday nighters.
I don't know why they do this to us.
Yeah.
Is the Bears at the Commanders at Northwest Stadium in Washington, D.C. Commanders are the favorite by 4.5 points. Who you got?
This is one of those games that, for me, this is a coin toss game. With the Bears coming off the bye, I really wanted to pick them. But Jaden Daniels just does special things when he's playing at home. I mean, he had that one last year, that Hail Mary at home. He just does special things there. So I'm going to go with the Commanders on this one and Daniels.
Yep, I'm going Daniels as well. Love that he's back doing his thing. I just think they're gonna win at home. The Bears team is good as well. I think this could be a fun game, close game here. So look forward to it. But I'm going the Commanders as well. So we both got the Commanders in that one.
And our bye weeks this week were Houston and Minnesota are on a bye.
Good to know. Who is your anytime touchdown for week 6 prediction?
I think that Saquon Barkley is going to score a touchdown. He's one of my touchdown boys. And I'm going to go with Jacobs from Green Bay coming off the bye against that terrible Bengals defense. So those are my 2 this week. I'm going to go Jacobs and Saquon Barkley.
Okay. I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, high-scoring game against the Chiefs there Sunday night, and I got to back up my man Joe in Cincinnati. If I think they're going to win, I got to back it up, and I'm going with a Ja'Marr Chase touchdown, anytime touchdown there at Lambeau.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 last week, so even with a terrible quarterback play from Browning, he still managed 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have a trade.
Huh?
We have a trade.
Breaking news?
Just breaking news just came across the screen. It says the Jaguars and Browns have made a trade. Jacksonville is sending cornerback Tyson Campbell and a 7th-round pick to Cleveland for cornerback Greg Newsome and a 6th-round pick.
Greg Newsome?
Greg Newsome is gone.
No way.
Per Adam Schefter. Yep,
No
Greg Newsome
way.
gone. Well, this was it for him. This was his last year of his deal. They weren't going to re-sign him. So the Browns are trading a cornerback for a cornerback. And the Browns get a 7th-round pick. And this Campbell guy, which I don't know who he is, I'll have to do some checking on that. And then Cleveland is giving up Newsome and a 6th-round pick. So that goes to show you, I guess, that this Newsome is a little more highly regarded than this Campbell guy. So we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
So
got anything else?
I hope this has been recording because it says here that you're at 99% on the top up here. So I don't know what that means.
Yeah. I hope that I see that you're frozen here too. I hope that you're not frozen. If not, oh well. We got the audio at least, but
yeah, what's the 99%
thing?
thing? Do you know?
99% uploading. So
okay.
So like I said, the program should be storing both video and audio files separately and then bringing them together afterwards. So I think it should be good. Fingers crossed. So I guess we'll see after this. Yeah. So we're not doing it again.
So it looks like the Browns are cleaning house this week. It's going to keep going on. I suspect that Njoku will be next, and other players will be gone here soon also. So we'll see what happens.
Jeez.
So.
All right. Well.
All right, sir.
It's another week of the amazing Robinson Replay, your go-to father-son sports podcast. Hopefully we'll do better on the picks this week.
Yeah, I hope.
For everybody's sake, and including ourselves.
And I will do better next week. I'll have a little more information. I've been in the hospital, like I said, for the past couple of days, so it's been a little rough, and we're hoping that I get a little better and I get a little more information out there to you, even though I gave you quite a bit of information anyways.
Yep, always do.
Alrighty.
All right. Peace.
Later. Out.